So I'm going to be covering question 31 from sample midterm B. So this question covers material from unit 5 on density curves, as well as a review of material from unit 1 on the 5-number summary. So we need to verify whether or not each letter choice has the same 5-number summary as the above uniform distribution. Here, the min and max for the uniform distribution is going to be 0 and 4. Our median, which is the midway point, is going to be at 2. And then the midway point between 2 and 0 is going to be 1. So that's going to be Q1. Q1. Then Q3 will be at 3. So let's verify letter choice A on whether or not it has the same 5-number summary. So if it has the exact same 5-number summary as the uniform distribution, that means that when x is equal to 1, it should cover 25% of our density curve. So I'm going to draw this out so it's easy to visualize. So we can see here that the triangle, the right angle triangle between 0 and 1 does not cover 25% of the area of that density curve. So I'm going to quickly do the math to show you why that's not the case. So so we have two right angle triangles put together. So we have from 0 to 2, that's one right angle triangle, and then from 2 to 4, that's another right angle triangle. So 50%, this is going to be from 0 to 2. That's going to be from 2 minus 0, that's my base, times the height, which I don't know. So I'm going to call that h2, divide by 2. So 2 over 2 is 1, so h2 is equal to 0.5. So h2 is going to be 0.5. Since it's a triangular uniform distribution, our midway point between 0.5 and 0, that's going to be 0.25. And that's going to be perfectly aligned between our height between 0 and 1, and then 3 to 4. So to verify that, let's find the area between 0 and 1. So 1 minus 0, that's my base, times h1, which is 0.25, divide by 2. That's going to give me 0.125. So since 0.125 is not equal to 0.25 between 0 and 1, we know that it does not have the same 5-number summary. Let's look at number B. So letter B is also a uniform distribution, but we don't know the height. So since it's a valid density curve, our total area has to equal 1. That's going to be base times, I'm going to call this h. I'm going to call this 2h. Since from here, it's double the height if you use a ruler. So my base is 1 minus 0 times h plus 3 minus 1. That's the interval from here to here times 2h plus 4 minus 3. The interval from 3 to 4 times h. So that gives me 6h is equal to 1. So h is equal to 1 over 6. So let's find the first quartile. So 0.25 is equal to b times 1 over 6, or b1. So 6 times 0.25 is equal to b1, and that gives me 1.5. So 1.5 does not equal 1. So 1 is the original x value. That gives me the 25th percentile for the uniform distribution right here. So since they're not equal, this does not have the same 5-number summary. Let's look at C. So here, if I draw out a line, 0, 2, and 2 and 3. So the proportion between 0 and 1 is going to be way less than the proportions between 1 and 2 and 2 to 3. Since for original uniform distribution up here, each interval covers 25% of the area of our density curve. So each interval between here does not cover 25% of the area. So from 1 to 2, that covers way more than 25%. 2 to 3 covers way more than 25%. And 3 to 4 and 0 to 1 cover way less than 25%. So our quartiles are not going to be the exact same. So C is going to be false. And again, letter choice E is false, since the first 3 are false, which leaves us with letter choice D as the right answer. So again, to verify whether or not it is true, I'm going to draw the lines up top. Since in order for D to be a valid density curve, the total area for 2 bell curves has to equal 1. So we make the assumption that from 0 to 2, that's going to cover 50% of the total area, and then from 2 to 4, that covers 50% of the total area. And since when x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3 lines up at the exact midway point between each bell curve, we can split each half by 25%, 0.25, 0.25. So since when x is equal to 3, we cover 75% of our area, then our Q3 is the exact same as the Q3 up here, which covers 75%, 25 plus 25 plus 25. So answer choice D is the correct answer.